She put her line to the window, so it didn't like it to the Of course not. Can you? Yeah, I got new names. Karen too. Linda. Right? Now Karen.
Okay, it is July 28th, 5 o'clock. The monthly Black Canyon City Water Improvement Board meeting being held in the Black Canyon City Library. Notices were posted at the office, on the bulletin board, at the post office, and on the website. Before we get started, I know if some of you may not know, I can't imagine many of you not knowing that Jerry Coslett passed away, and I'd like to have a moment of silence for her. There has never not been a Coslett insurance in Black Canyon City. She has been here for ever and ever and insured so many people. She was on the board of the fire department. She participated in a lot of community things, and it's just going to be really hard to think about this town without Jerry Coslett. So if we could please, a moment of silence for her as we think about her and her family. Okay, it was a significant loss, as is with anyone, but my heart truly aches for her family. So we're looking at the agenda, call to order. We just did that. I'm Elaine. I am the board chair.
Sean Collins, member at large.
Vincent Truey, secretary.
Melina Reddick, treasurer.
And we have
Devin White, legal counsel.
And we have our
District coordinator, Alicia Michaels.
Okay, we're going to go around and please just state your name, starting with the orange shirt.
Adam Gill.
Did you get that?
They signed in, I hope.
Okay, next.
Ed Burrow.
Okay, hi. Oh, hi.
Teresa Chisholm.
Oh, hi.
Laura Stubblefield.
Dale Stubblefield. Jordan Padilla.
Jeremy Bruckner.
Deborah Gold.
Jennifer Hudson. Tracy Tarver.
I prefer to remain anonymous.
Okay.
Tom Strezak, owner user.
Debbie Oliver.
Deborah George.
Wes Kissman.
Chris Matheson.
Johanna Rowe.
The back row.
Lisa Chandler. Irene Brooks. Judy Brighton. Cindy Melandro. Vivian Cashel.
Okay, is that everyone?
Yep.
Well, Todd, everyone made it. So we're going to look at the consent agenda first. And you can see that we have a number of board meeting minutes. Actually, they shouldn't be pending. They're
Absurd.
They are on the website, and the office staff is looking at them to make some corrections. And I was trying to ask Melina, we asked you for notes of the meeting minutes before, if you could share them, and what was your decision on that?
I decided that if you want my notes, you're going to have to put in a note request and pay a $500 fee. Go ahead and laugh.
This is to get minutes that you've taken at meetings?
I haven't taken minutes. You hired 2 office ladies at $50 an hour to take minutes.
Good girl.
So I don't know why you're pestering me for mine.
Okay, first, can we talk about decorum at this moment? Okay, would you like to start off with that, please, Devin?
Sure.
Go ahead.
practice typically, I think everybody's treat each other with respect.
I hear you.
And transparent.
That's a big one, yeah. I'm
So
going
that
for
would be
that.
our recommendation, and we've recommended that the board adopt a policy to that effect for board members in terms of their conduct at meetings in public and of course speaking to each other generally.
And so to adopt such a policy, do we need to write one up to? And I don't know that the current policy has one that is thorough or specific or even existent.
Yeah, we would need to take another look back at that to see what it says currently. Obviously, we sent you the draft back in August of last year, but we can take another look at that.
I have sent that draft around several times to other board members, asking them to review it. I have yet to get any feedback. So we can't really do a lot with some of these processes and procedures until we get the feedback allowing us to move forward.
And we're ready upon your direction to get started.
Okay.
Aren't these meetings in form here and guided by Robert's Rules of Order?
So this is not an open question thing just yet. So we'll get back to that. But I think one of the important things, Melina, is in being respectful. Why would you want to charge the board $500 for
Why
a
would
meeting?
you want to keep me from having the information?
What information?
The receipts, the bank statements, all these invoices?
No one is keeping you from that. We are going to have a meeting
Excuse me, I have emails where you told the ladies, don't send the information to her. We'll deal with it.
We will have a meeting on Thursday going over the
She wants
requirements
to
for
talk about
board
the
members
quorum. I'm
and the
gonna talk
public.
right over her because
Excuse
she
me,
usually does that
Melina.
to everybody. Yes, dear.
Would you please? On the agenda for Thursday's meeting will be a policy, an explanation of the policy, perhaps an addendum to the policy, and it will review what the requirements are for a board member or any person of the public to get records. Okay?
Great.
So yours is actually being addressed. And I'm going to ask that you reconsider not being willing to share your notes with the office staff so that they can use that to see if they've missed something in the meetings that you have.
Well, you can see the meetings. Shortly, I'm sure.
What happened to recording?
We're not taking questions right now, but we do have on that. So we're going to go to reports and correspondence.
Wait. I'm still on the quorum. I have notes this time. You told me to ask questions. So I'm ready.
What is it?
Well, you want to discuss my behavior?
No, that was a topic we're going to
You
discuss
brought it up,
this.
Elaine.
Pardon?
She has the right to rebuttal.
Would you
brought
please,
it up.
Ed, I understand that. Would you,
So then let her speak.
Ed, please, you're interrupting and this is
You're
just-
interrupting Melina. It's her turn to speak.
Okay, so
If we
give
could
her
just
respect.
let Elaine run the meeting, she's the chair, she's gonna run this.
She has to
I
be
agree
respectful too,
that,
Devin.
Yeah.
Melina should have a right to speak. And
We just want to recall.
And I want to let everybody know, I appreciate you coming, but if this meeting gets to the point where people are being rude and not behaving in a manner that is professional, as we should all be behaving in this room, then I'm just going to stop the meeting and cancel it. We're not going to do throwing punches and being rude and mean anymore.
That includes
So-
you.
Includes you.
But then she gets everybody anything done. Which is good.
Yeah, she called on her to talk and then she told her to
Excuse
shut
me.
up.
We will, so when it's out, we're going to stop until, okay. What is it you wanted to say about decorum, Melina?
I don't know.
We're not there yet on the agenda.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. So we are at Chair's report, basic rate fee increases. That's going to be discussed this evening, and commercial non-residential fees. There are going to be some additional steps with that, as we will talk about either at this meeting or the meeting on Thursday, because there's a lot to go over. There's a lot of looking into the information we have currently and what we need in order to raise fees, the fees such as meter connection, etc. Operations report, we're going to B now, usage summary, that's operations, and Alicia is taking care of that this evening.
So I made some copies, and if you weren't able to get one, you're welcome to just send me an email at operations@bccwid.com, and I'll be happy to send it to you. It will be posted on the, I think I gave my copy away. It will be posted on the internet for your review.
On the website?
Yeah, on the website.
BCCWID.com.
I'm gonna stay back here. You can stay
Where's it
right.
at?
You can stay right there. I'll
Can I
just
have
trade
yours,
you.
Sean?
I'm gonna stay back here. Okay, you're fine. Okay, I just wanna move this close.
I have to thank Alicia for putting board packets together. She did an awesome job. She got a lot of paperwork together, and it really helped because there's just a lot of information to review.
Okay, the
Good
DOA
job
web.
doing your job and making out.
All right.
What number are you on, please?
I am on the one that comes
Operations
after the
report
chair
under
report.
3B. Reports and correspondence 3B.
On the other page.
Pardon?
5.
Oh, I'm sorry, 5. Well,
It says operations
it
report.
looks like 3.
You have a copy of the documents all in there too. Total usage by date from June to June 20, and I wrote that name wrong, or 26, not 23, is 27,910,000 gallons of water from June to July. Your water levels in the wells, GOA is at 10 feet, Oasis 16, Big John 14. That's all feet. The next page is it's a summary of, but not a reporting of everything, but a summary of all the things that were repaired between June 1 and July 15, including repairs at Big John, K-Field, VFW, GOA, and Oasis North Wells. The next section is parts and supplies. We had to purchase some couplers, chlorine, repair tubes, first aid kits for the well sites as required by law, chlorine measuring pump. Looks like I might have that one. Nope. I have that mislabeled. Arsenic samples and well site supplies at a total of $35,164.61 just from June to July. And I can get you copies of these if you don't have them.
We're not taking questions right now, if you don't mind. So,
There will be a section for that.
Yeah.
This is going to be on the website, and in the
Yes.
future, at some point soon, it will be under what link? Have you?
I was hoping to put it underneath the board minutes because I think it goes along with the minutes. I thought I'd ask you to make sure I can put them under separate, but it's going to be kind of convoluted if you don't have it all running simultaneously, in my opinion. I thought I'd do it with the minutes so that the items are behind it. My thought.
So, in the $31,000 you gave, evidently the VFD for the April wall site that was installed was not done during that time frame?
I don't have that information from him yet.
Okay,
That was what, $8,000.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So,
Can't put it there without it.
we'll be able to look and just kind of keep up with the totals, and we have upcoming projects as well that we will talk about in the meeting. Field manager's report, that would be Alicia as well, because Mark's on vacation.
Yes, we had a proposal done for Oasis secondary well. Now, you know, you have 3 wells, and now this Oasis has 2 on it, but one has not been working. They stuck a camera down there and looked at it. First and foremost, it needs to be cleaned. The pipes are all, it's got all kind of, what do you call it, calcium debris stuff stuck on the sides of the pipes, so it's causing issues there. Then the pumps themselves are probably trying to suck up that stuff to pump into that unit. It also needs a flow meter. The flow meter will tell us that our meters that we're doing as a total for the 27 million gallons of water, it will tell us that we're accurate. So each well will have a meter well, so that you have a total of, so that when I take and do the billing, I can look at it and we can figure out if we're leaking somewhere. I found a guy the other day, well, I didn't, a customer came in, told us about him. He's got a leak in his yard he's not fixing. So I wouldn't know that because I'm not really over in his yard, I don't go look at his yard. So it'll find things like that for us, that'll help us. So that in itself will cost $8,800. That is a project we're hoping to do with some funds that Elaine will talk about in a moment. The rest of that project is this is the estimate. This is the estimate without materials. Let's see, estimated materials, once we pull the pump system, we will evaluate the materials. $18,608. Now that's just one well. That's to have 2 working at Oasis, so that if the one at Oasis fails, the people that are feeding off that pump don't go without water until we get it fixed. It's really necessary that we get that taken care of so that you're not without water.
I think I'm going to kind of go back over the number of wells the district was hoping to have. So you had the Big John, and there was a well there, and then at Big John we were leasing a well. And the lease was up on the well, or the person leasing the well no longer wanted to do that. So the district decided to try and dig another well there. And as we all know, that was a bust. It's dry. So that leaves 1 well at Big John instead of the 2. The leased well was lost. So then you have GOA, and there's 1 functioning well there, although there is another one that should be able to alternate, although we did have KP Ventures walk around and look at all the wells, and need to do some assessing and maintenance. So then you have Oasis. Oh, there's 2 wells at Oasis. There's Oasis North and Oasis South. I think in January or February, Oasis South shut down, and it had to be cleaned. Well, the same process that's happening with Oasis North, and that worked. So when you do look at the video, you can see just all of this debris. It's dirty, and I can see where the equipment that the water has to be transported through, how it can get clogged up. So that's absolutely a project that we need to take on. And so I hate to do this, but that goes to business G. If we want to vote on it now. Well, no, we'll just that's gonna be under 7 business item G, discussion and possible action regarding repairs to the Oasis North well. So in that, if they're out cleaning the well and taking out the pump and doing all this work, we know that would be the prime time to put in a Metron well meter. And that would mean that both wells at the Oasis site would both have the well meter, which is progress. So that's what's going on with that one. So we did talk about A, under 7A, discussion and possible action regarding board member decorum at public meetings, and we have agreed that we are going to get together and talk about a policy. We're going to make the expectations clear, and what we should look for as far as professionalism in meetings and at the office.
And would you like us to get started on that now, or we'll say once you guys meet, you'll get back in touch with us and let us know?
I think we need to meet and talk about it. I don't think that there's anything in the current policy, but I think this is really important because the board does not have to be in agreement with each other. I can disagree with Sean or Melina or Vincent, and that's okay. We're going to disagree, but I think it's the degree of professionalism that needs to be demonstrated in those disagreements. And I feel like telling someone they're possessed or they have something in them falls under being unprofessional. And so we just want to make sure that we that doesn't continue.
And any discussion among the quorum will happen at a meeting.
Correct.
You'll meet with staff, you'll receive comments from board members, but there will be no discussion.
Correct. And that could happen on, yes. And we'll make sure it's done. properly. So 7B is discussion and possible action regarding approval of the June 2026 financial report. That did go out to all the board members. Have you had time to review it? Okay. I'd like to.
The financial
I'm sorry.
report?
Yes. Yes.
Over to your right side, I believe. Yeah, here's some.
The MAC thing right there, that
Yes.
looks like the.
It's right there.
She's right.
We're gonna discuss it now, or what?
What, do you have a comment?
You want me to give the report, or what? I don't know what you want.
I asked if the board members had reviewed the report.
Yes,
They
I
said,
reviewed the report.
okay, so do you have any questions or comments on
I do
it?
have comments.
And what are they?
Why does it have only $1,033 listed for total revenues?
On where? What?
Oh my God, the first page. Jesus. Educate yourself.
Yeah, this is
Don't come to the meeting unprepared.
On what page?
It's page 1.
Have you reviewed it? Really not.
I would have to ask, Natalie, what's that?
It should have been the report cut off.
It was the same question I asked back in May.
It looks like, yeah, it doesn't look like it's an actual,
Well, no, that's not really quite true, because if you flip over to, page 3, and you will see that we took in customer payments for 72 grand and customer payments for 24 grand, which is a lot more than 1,000.
I'm sure that that was a cut off or a mistaken number, so I'm not
A
going to speak to
mistake
that.
by the high-paid accountant made a mistake.
I am, Melina, please, that's an unnecessary comment at the end.
It's not an
It is
unnecessary.
an,
They need transparency.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
all.
Amen.
And this-
again, I'm going to stop and we will stop the meeting if this continues.
They need transparency.
Melina?
And they
Go
want
and go home.
transparency, and I'm here to give it to them.
And that's good.
Why don't we
She doesn't want the
make a
proof
note?
of it.
Exactly. We absolutely
You
will.
made a note last month
We don't
when I
have
brought it up.
No, we don't.
I mean, again, so let's look into that.
So what else do you have?
Yeah.
She's the treasurer.
The only checks that should be written off of this BMO account, this is where all the money gets deposited from your payments into this BMO account. It should be used to make the transfers to the county for the general fund, for the capital improvement fund. The payments go to the BMO to get sent to the various accounts. She has been using the debit card that she got without board approval, that she has connected to the BMO account, and she's been using that account to pay for all these things that she's not letting me have the receipts for.
Is this in the financial report, Marina?
It is in the financial report.
Benny's Pizza.
Yeah.
Benny's Pizza?
Our money?
What do you
The
want?
BMO checking account.
The
Yeah,
check?
is there a page for it? We can look at all that.
Look
Should be in
at
there.
all those debit cards. All those debit cards.
Scanner.
This account is supposed to be for transfers only.
Is that by policy?
No, there's no policy on it.
Whoa.
Yes, there is. We're not taking questions, this is
Of
not.
course, we're not.
Oh.
Statement, there's difference.
Well, I'm not clear on if it's in the policies or not. But,
It's not.
it's to my understanding.
I just happen to have the policies right here.
Since I've gotten new information recently,
Does anybody have the
there's not
Bible?
supposed to be anything going on that account except for you transfer those monies.
So you're thinking there's a policy of that this account is for
Correct.
So
And what is
So all
the,
these things.
what is the accuracy of the information? Where did you get it? Was it the information? Where did you get it in terms to determine accuracy?
Where'd you get that?
I don't know. It's like a BMO report.
Okay, so we don't know where you got that information, and if I
But
could
it comes from a
Devin,
very reliable source.
so
The bank.
Well, we don't follow.
Yeah.
we're going to stop
Don't, right.
every time people start, we're going to stop.
But that's all there is right now.
The debit card is used, if you, people recall, and we have discussed this before. The former office manager paid for postage and all of these things out of their pocket. Some things were reimbursable, other things were not. That was a part of their annual income. So when we no longer had a district manager, we still have to pay for postage. We still have to get office supplies. We still have to do all of these things. And we don't have cash to carry around. So the district has a debit card to pay for all of those things that the district manager or office manager used to pay for. Alicia, every time we go to the post office.
Right,
I know.
Excuse me, we're stopping.
What about dinners and lunches and all that?
There was one lunch. There was one lunch.
There was
One working
that.
lunch. To Benny's.
And everything else, we order parts from Amazon because it's cheaper than getting it from Granger. We get office supplies from Amazon or Staples, and that goes on the card. And every receipt is sent to the accountant. But we cannot write checks. The debit card is a great way of tracking expenses and where it's going, and all the receipts are turned in. It's not like somebody has a debit card and they can just go out and go to, a spa day or
Benny's.
something. And all of the receipts and all of the things, we're happy to let people to look at.
And Elaine, they're tracked monthly, right, in this report?
They are.
You can see every debit card purchase.
And that's what you like to explain what you're doing to even be better practices.
Electric.
Okay, so we're gonna stop.
Right
There's
here.
no questions, we're gonna stop.
People have credit cards. Property.com.
Nobody.
Nobody has debit.
Okay, so we're not gonna continue the meeting until we have a professional.
Yeah.
Is that debit card tied to the
We're not,
BMO?
this is not an open
Yes.
session right now.
Of course not.
Okay, so
Should I
Alicia,
continue with my,
no, Alicia is making a comment. Alicia, what is it we do to keep track of these?
Shut her up again.
Okay, we're stopping. Well, let's just stop. I'm not gonna say we're gonna stop. We're just gonna stop.
Just go and run the office.
Melina had the floor.
Yeah.
And it's
They're
the
wanting to-
treasurer.
She had
the floor and you're shutting her up.
She's making accusations. You're asking questions and I'm trying to answer. She wants me to answer. But I do think
You're not a
Melina
board
should
member.
I
continue. I think she should continue.
Okay, Melina, go ahead.
You're not a board member.
No,
Excuse
I'm
me,
not.
Christy,
I'm not.
we're stopping. We're gonna take 1 minute and we're not gonna do anything until people can be.
How much is that costing us?
You want us to put our heads on the table?
How much is it costing?
You ever did it.
I guess we better sit in the corner,
How
huh?
much is the attorney cost?
Well, we're not gonna do anything until these people.
Dunce caps.
You can make dunce caps.
It's pathetic that the general audience now laughs at these meetings. That's
I know.
how ridiculous this shit is. That's how ridiculous.
I know that, my name is Vivian Vivian, I'm
did.
sorry.
Vivian,
I know all of you guys are upset, but let them do their meeting, and you guys can talk at the end.
Okay.
Please be quiet and let them do their meeting.
Well, we were
I
on a
know
1
you're
minute
angry,
break.
but hold it in. You
Thank
have
you,
questions,
Vivian.
give it after they're done.
Thank you. Melina, would you like to continue?
I would like to continue.
Okay. Well, BMO, you should be writing checks out of the general fund, not the BMO fund. Anyways, moving on. On this accountant's report, you'll notice we have who it is, what it is, how much it is, but we don't have when it is. So I have no dates for none of this. I don't know what
What
none of
page?
these things are for.
Still the debit card, right.
On page 6 from the general account, if you look down the disbursements column, you will see 511, 512, 513, 514, because you know, they can't put dates on them, they have to have numbers. So 13, 514, 515, 515, 516, 516, 517, 518. They want me to approve this report when it has all these mistakes on it.
Those dates are wrong, is what you're thinking?
I don't have any dates.
The dates are cut off.
There are no dates on this.
They're not dates.
there.
And the next disbursement.
And the next thing I have, on this same cash and bank general account, number 523, is a check for Elaine Clayton to reimburse her for mileage for this mileage that she turned in. Which, let me tell you the story, guys, shall we? You want to hear a story?
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't been called to sign a check for a very long time. And then all of a sudden, a couple of weeks ago, I get a phone call from Barbara in the office saying, "Can you come in? There's a check to sign." Okay, they need me. Oh. So I go down there to sign the check. Then I'm handed this paper with the check made out to Elaine for gas for $392, which Elaine has already signed, by the way. It just needs a second signature on it. And I said, no. I said, I'm not signing this. She can get one of her boyfriends to sign it. What if her boyfriends? So
Quiet up there.
So I left, and I didn't sign the check. And here you see the check has been cashed. But on my note paper, she submitted this June 18th. Down here I have a note in the corner, and I can't read who wrote it. I think that might be Barbara. But it said no payment as check is not signed on 7/15. So I look here, and there's no date on this, but there is a date on the BMO or something. I don't know. I'm really confused about all this. But anyways, let me see what it says. Oh, the check was cashed in June, but I don't know what date.
I think it could be a reasonable request. We could ask Natalie to add dates on those for the debit.
I've asked to have dates put on them.
Yes.
Okay, why don't, let's make that request.
Anyways,
to
let's
Natalie.
move on.
Yes.
I don't know. I might have misspoke when I said the BMO statement might have it. I don't think it's right. So I apologize for that. And then my last question about this report. Well, actually, I don't know if it would be on this report or if it would be when we talk about the BMO stuff, but I'm just going to throw it out there. I hope that's okay. I would like to know why Shelley from the accountant's office is a signer on the account.
Oh.
She's not a signer on the account.
You don't think so?
No, I do not. Nobody at, Natalie's office is a signer on, well, I don't think.
What do you mean you don't think?
I'm not aware of
That's our money you're talking about.
I mean, I
Look
think
at all
she
this
is.
stuff I gotta dig through, you guys.
I don't know that, but I think even if.
I wanna know
you
where
were-
she drove.
it is.
Melina, where did she drive to for $400?
Could you please,
to still have
It was,
if you're gonna make a statement,
it's like
please
9 or
show
10 trips
$29 for
up
gas.
to, it's really
And she
quite
drives a little
humorous.
Honda.
Because she's got the wrong mileage at the wrong rate and she's ripping herself off. And I just find great
I
humor
want to know
in
who's
that.
making her new car payment.
So this is, I went to the BMO yesterday. I spent my whole day at the thing trying to get that card canceled, which I can't get canceled because it's got her name on it.
Yes, right.
So she got it without board approval and she got it in her name. And I asked them, I said, can you tell me who all is signers on the account? And she wrote me this little sticky note. And she said, in addition to you, we have Elaine Clayton, Shelley Silega, and Tom Streetley.
Oh, really?
And those are the signers on the account as of yesterday.
Yeah, that's right, I'm still on the board with the county, so.
Okay,
So I think
wait,
let's make
Crazy
a
train.
list of requested.
We'll make a list of the
future agenda
requests.
items and modifications to the financial report you want to see. So I think adding dates is perfectly appropriate. I think what about copies of receipts, copies of checks?
Wait,
those have been requested by the public.
I got the emails in here. You want to see them.
Well, now we're at a public meeting. You can feel free. We'll get it in the minutes. We'll make sure it's agendized for future
Are
discussion.
those minutes gonna be approved next week or next month, or are they still gonna be not approved like the last 9 meetings?
They do
Oh, I
get
didn't
approved,
hear the
they're
beginning of
nuts.
that, hon.
we're not talking about meeting minutes right now. That's off where we are on
I'm
the
sorry, your
agenda.
attorney just said that it would be put in the minutes, any of our questions. Well, the question is, when are those minutes gonna be approved? Because for the last 9 meetings, we don't have any minutes approved.
Nope.
So we are not in the meeting.
Drafts are
That's not a
absurd.
part of what we're talking about right now.
And he's not, the attorney isn't on the board.
It's a budget.
Nope.
And I'm sure we're going to be having an extra meeting sometime in the near future. And I
And
will
my
ask
tan
you
t-shirt,
about
they
all
never
the
swore him
Yeah, so
in a public
If
meeting.
you have a list of requests, let's send it to Elaine. You can copy me on the email.
Yeah.
Because that was
I
the
wanna see
meeting
added
that
to
she
that
shut us
list.
down and sent us home.
So
He was
things
supposed to
like
be
the
sworn
dates on
in
the debit card.
in that meeting. He's never been sworn in
And
at
we'll
one
address
of our meetings.
the records thing again,
It's just a
because she was getting
Send it to the list of, yeah, wants that you want to see on the financial report.
Just like Elaine, she does the.
And then we can.
There was no reason for a debit card. I paid a check to Staples and bought toner for that printer when I worked there. They take a check, a company check. You don't need a debit card.
No, it's not the time.
Does that wrap us on,
The post office will take a check.
That's all I have for that.
that's all you got? Okay. So is that
Everybody will
purchase
take a
to send
check,
to Sealy?
as long as you got ID.
Yes. 7C, discussion and possible action regarding an update to the office phone system from Century Link to Crescendo.
I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it?
No, it's pointless.
Okay, so we're going to forego that one for another time.
I disagree. That thing needs to happen.
I know it does, but you hear these people.
Then let the board members say it.
Listen,
Yeah.
So
Then let the board
Alicia,
members
yes.
present it.
They have to
Fine.
approve it.
I'm gonna preface this, Alicia, and I think this is what happens when, you guys come in, and if you have things to say that you want to be, have constructive criticism or whatever, that's fine, but do it in a manner that's respectful. You don't
just
want to
want
say
the
anything
truth.
about the phone system.
We learned it.
So what I'm going to say about the phone system is that right now, when we get the
Excuse me,
bill,
Madam
it
Chairman,
has
Sean was speaking before you cut him off.
Oh my God.
I appreciate it. Go ahead, man. Thank you.
I
we
thought
get
were
a
supposed to
phone
be
bill.
professional.
We don't care.
First of all, we didn't get a phone bill for 6 months because they were sending it to the old office address and not even the PO box, which was unusual. So then we get a
If you
bill
don't get a
that
phone
actually
bill, you
has
call and
a,
ask them, where's my phone bill?
Can I,
You don't wait 6 months.
can I,
Oh my
can I
God.
talk?
It actually has a number for Sarah Rabina on it. We call the number on the bill, and it's Sarah Rabina. So CenturyLink, for some reason, even though we tried transferring it out, I don't know what the issue is, but trying to get rid of that and change the account just into the district's name, because that's the first time in forever, is challenging. So Alicia's going to go ahead and talk about a new phone, the different phone system.
Boring, we don't care.
So you guys have all expressed concern, you're not getting your phone calls returned. I've expressed concern, you're not getting your phone calls returned. We have 3 phones in the office. One will pick up the voicemail, the others won't show that there's a voicemail at all. One of them won't charge. One of them, the clip on the bottom isn't working, it doesn't connect right, so you have to come jiggle it and make sure it's in the right place so that it will charge. That phone system costs $56 a month from CenturyLink without taxes. The other part of that is that I can't be on the telephone and talk to a vendor while Barbara's on the phone talking to a customer who's asking about their bill. We only have one line. There's no way, and I'm not giving out my phone number. I'm not giving it out to customers nor vendors. So we're in kind of a, okay, I'll wait for you to get off the phone kind of situation, which is not good. It's not good for you. It doesn't give you the attention you deserve. I have found a program, a service called Crescendo. It's the same amount of money. The only thing is we have to buy the stupid phones. So let me give you the dollar amount, and it's right here, and I can get you copies of this package if you want. CenturyLink, first year is $1,440.85. That's for 2 lines. That'll be an increase up to $840 a year, which will be $672 annual. It's kind of ridiculous, really. They just up you for every line you get. And with phones that don't work. Nextiva, they're ridiculous. $2,380.25 for the first year. That's the whole year. That's a lot of money for a telephone. Crescendo will give us 3 lines, 3 phones, $1,447.45. That's with the phone. That being $670.60 for that telephone system. Actually, I'm sorry, $768.85 for those 3 telephones. You can send email, or you can send chats on it. You can receive text on it. You can talk to the tech out in the field with it. You can answer a phone call and be in queue on your line, and they can talk to you when you get off the phone. $56 a month. The big deal is the $768.85. Plus, we have to sign a contract for 36 months at least. Up to you.
Well, we just put in the CenturyLink this year when we moved to the new office.
The CenturyLink phones, I just told you, one doesn't charge. That system costs $168. One doesn't charge. The other one, the clip on the bottom where it's supposed to connect to charge, is loose. So it's a hit or miss if it's charging. The third one, I haven't been able to get it to work. But more importantly to me is that you can't get a hold of me. If Barbara's on the phone, you can't get a hold of me. You have to wait. You have to leave a message. Then we have to return that message when we get done with whoever, the customer or whatever we're doing. So, I mean, it's up to you guys how you want service.
Sean, would you like to explain what your experience was in the office watching phones?
It's kind of like one person's waiting.
So why do you
while the
need 2
other person's
people
on
in the
phone,
office?
And you have an operations person, and then you have the
phone really ever
customer
ring?
service as, what's that? Then you have the other person who's the office clerk, and they can't both simultaneously do their jobs on the phone. So if someone's in operations and they're trying to get things for the wells and things like that, they can't even do it if the other lady's on the phone talking about basic, paying your bills or whatever.
Yeah, she's pretty wobbly anyway.
I think it'd be more reasonable to get something that's more beneficial for the overall feel of the office. I mean, I don't want one line in my business. I would like to be able to answer both. Excuse me, hold on. Oop, for my whole thing. It's like everybody that has a business in there has a phone like that.
How much is it to add a line for CenturyLink?
I think you just went over there. Or?
Yes, I did. To add the line, the first year of adding that line will cost you $1,440.85. The first year to have Crescendo is $1,447.45. We still would have to buy telephones so that they actually worked in the office. There is no warranty, there is no nothing. The phone that we have right now, I can't even get the voicemails to change. There's too many voicemails, and I don't even know, one of them is still Julie, and I don't know where it's at. So,
Like,
and I don't have time to dig around with the
Like
phone.
we just went with
In support of this statement, just to help out.
Okay.
No.
CenturyLink is a poor provider.
Horrible.
We agree.
And they're very expensive. So if this is a matter of doing business and conducting business and providing better service, I am not hung up on a phone, and I know that I've gone through this on my own part on another couple entities dealing with CenturyLink. CenturyLink is a poor provider, and they're very expensive.
Have you guys looked into voice over IP?
That's what this is,
Yeah.
BOIP. Crescendo is BOIP.
Because yeah, they're pretty dynamic.
CenturyLink is, I can't even tell you how long it took me to get a person. I just want to bring their neck. I can't even pay the bill.
If everybody in this room is in agreement, then that means something.
This is the transparency that we all love.
Yeah.
Right here, you're explaining your problem
Yes.
openly to us. I think with what you just said, you have the majority of our support to move forward with that because you noticed the problem, you recognized it, you brought it up, explained yourself to us. This is what the public is asking for on every situation.
That's what I do.
And thank you. I think you handled that very well. And, you know, the purchase of the phones, we understand that's going to be an expense, but
Those are
we
warranty.
need those phones to move forward.
We really do, and I appreciate that very much, all of you. Thank you.
Now, is this something that falls, so we just did the budgetary for this coming year, last meeting, we just approved it all. Does this fall under that $3,500 that you guys had earmarked for facilities?
Maintenance.
Or where does this fall in the budget? Like,
We all know that money's tight, so where?
Well, that would be included, because if we weren't paying this vendor, we would be paying CenturyLink. So
I understand
it's all.
that. So, but my question is where does that fall? Yeah, where
I
does that fall?
don't know. You had a conversation with we.
I have information on that.
We're expanding. We are following up on the recommendations and suggestions you guys made. What do you need?
Your budget.
Utilities.
Your budget. A budget. Any budget.
I don't have the budget.
He has it.
Oh,
Yes,
this budget.
that,
I
sorry.
thought you meant that.
Okay, so Debbie was kind enough, wherever she's at. Hi,
Right here.
Debbie.
Hi.
To point out during the meeting that this is very vague, and I agree totally. I worked at a very big company in Tempe, Arizona. My boss would have shot me. So, what I did this last month, and I didn't bring a copy of it because I didn't know this was going to be needed, but I took every one of these receipts and I put it into its own bucket. So the Oasis price goes into the Oasis bucket. The Walmart office supplies, that goes into office supplies. But if it's toilet paper, it's going into janitorial. Okay? So I'm whittling this down. And with the help of Natalie and Shelley, we will get this. We will get it fixed. And I guarantee that. Because I don't like this.
It's a basic income statement.
I think, and I'm sure Lisa remembers, the old board, their chart of accounts or their general ledger, and even the budget they presented at the meeting was about this long. It was very short. They did not have very much on the general ledger.
It was broken down by the treasurer.
You've got the T-Mobile expense. Here's his telephone.
Sir, could we follow up with you
It's
on
not,
that
it's
item?
operations
I don't think they've answered.
telephone.
We're not up.
Should be an operation.
Okay, so we'll do that because time
Yes.
is. So I'll entertain a motion that the district proceed with the signing a contract for 36 months with, how do you pronounce it?
Crescendo.
Crescendo.
Not a music major.
What are you looking at? Right. So I would like to entertain a motion that the district proceed with the purchase of Crescendo, signing that 36-month contract and purchasing the phones that are needed to go with it. Second the motion? Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All in favor passes unanimously on the phone. And you didn't want to talk about it.
We should be.
So D, discussion and possible action regarding the effective date for the board improved rate increases. And I know that that is a really important topic, and we stepped back after the budget meetings and we read a lot, we looked at a lot, we
Educated yourselves.
wanted to ease the angst and try to do what we thought was not only was right for the district, what is best for the financial stability for the district to be able to move forward and function. Not that we didn't consider the owner users, because of course we did. And it's a tough decision, because when you stand there and you see all of the things, all of the work that needs to be done in the district just to keep the water coming out of the ground, much less getting to you, it is overwhelming. And when you look at the costs, as we have KP Ventures, and we had a contractor come out to look at who's here from Maggie Mine Road, to look at Maggie Mine Road to see what we could do to increase the water pressure on Maggie Mine Road without it having to be a $100,000 project. And these are tasks that we can't even begin because the district has not raised the rates in a manner that keeps up with the cost of the work that needs to be done on the district. And I had a copy. I put the RCAC report and had it asked for the key points to be highlighted. And I don't know where these numbers came from. I know that we provided a lot of financial information. Natalie provided a lot of financial information. RCAC collected a lot of financial data to include in their report. And one of the things that struck me was unrestricted operating cash declines from $127,683 in fiscal year 2022 to $61,101 in fiscal year 2024, and we weren't.
You put it well in.
So
Maybe you put it well in.
it notes different issues that the district has, and it did recommend a lower increase. But if you go back, and I didn't make 100 copies of this, but it was more for my own curiosity. What are we missing? What are the key takeaways here? And when I think the final thing was when, for the 100th time, Natalie said if we don't raise the rates to the point that we did, we would be operating in the red again. And we cannot continue doing that. But after talking about this a lot, Vincent, what are your thoughts on raising the rates in 2 different periods?
I thought it was a good idea. I brought it up to kind of just ease into it, because I know for some people it's more of a shock, and I just felt that you could do it half of it and then 90 days later, because what I was saying is that you put the second hand.
But yet he voted for it.
That's the best thing I could think of to kind of ease the pain, so to speak.
Yeah, that was very similar to what I had. Remember, I brought to the board. It was kind of like an in between. It was actually similar to the rate like there, so it's kind of like a stepping stone, where eventually we get to that point. It's not all at once, so it wasn't such a shock.
And I think what we had to consider was when we add up the invoices from KP Ventures and all of the work that needs to be done soon, and delaying any increase in funding to help pay for those, it was pretty difficult. And also, we looked at the fee schedule for both residential and commercial. And I mean, closely, I've been inundating people with information on what we have to look for in charging for varied meter rates and a lot of the items on the fee schedule. And we don't have that data. There's nothing historical. There's no information. We don't even have meter sizes for many of our commercial accounts.
I'm
And
sorry,
we
why
have
are
to
we
know
going
that.
through this again when it says effective date? Like, I don't know why we're going through what we already did at this public hearing.
It's done, you voted yes.
Yeah, you already
Right.
voted on it.
So the question is like trying to justify what you did.
Yeah.
Trying to make
We
yourself
don't need
feel
to
better.
Right, so
defensiveness.
Hold on.
I'm just trying to explain the time the board took and all of the consideration that went in it.
You didn't
Well, I
listen
don't
to us.
know, go ahead, Devin.
Yeah.
listen.
And I understand certainly.
Well, she needs to send out bills so we can pay it.
Yeah.
Process, but
We're-
the district has an adopted fee schedule. and
We're
adopted
over
the
50
hearings.
days
Correct.
I think you
without a bill.
could
I know.
perhaps delay the effective date.
Correct.
But I don't know about this sort of staged
phones are
increase, because then you're billing outside, you're not billing in accordance to your fee schedule when you do that.
I believe I asked if we could do an increase.
Meaning you could delay the effective date to, September 1, but not increase it halfway in August 1 and increase it full in September.
Why is that?
They're saying you have an adopted fee schedule. You adopted the increase of $19 or whatever it was for the base rate. That's what you adopted, so that's what you have to do.
So it has to be simultaneous, you can't split it at stage, the later start, but the full amount has to be. and then
Well, that brings a
one
whole
time.
new perspective on this, because my understanding was that we could do half now and half in another 3 months. That was,
I thought we emailed you guys.
yeah.
My understanding the question was, can we?
That wasn't presented that way.
No, it was, no, that was not,
Vincent on the phone,
no.
he said, I'm
Yeah,
just
so
trying
our
to stay away.
recommendation again, you have one more step.
And then he voted yes. We've already discussed all this.
We would
Now it needs
strongly
to be
recommend.
implemented. And he'll have to send
What?
it out.
Can't split it.
Yeah, and
The
there's-
later start. Of course, it was Archie Harris on the phone.
Unless you want to get really hard, I don't know what you.
Well, I don't know, because this is not what was discussed or what was put out here based on the information, our understanding of the information that came from reliable sources within the county.
check for gas?
So, Bill, what are your thoughts now?
Oh, yeah, we know that.
Would you think about delaying it?
I don't think that would help very much.
It would give
It's going to
time.
be a nice gesture.
Can you speak up so we can hear you?
He's talking about whether or not he thinks delaying it or not would make any difference. Vince, can you speak up, please?
I don't really think it'll make a difference. You got to pay it. It's a done deal.
Okay.
All right, what's the effective date?
Bite the bullet.
Can I address the board with something that might be interest you guys? If I may?
Okay, go ahead. Thank you for asking.
It's about this rate increase. If you could, somebody take out a calculator for me.
I got one.
You're, instead of calling it a rate increase, you call it a special assessment. You label it for 24 months. In 24 months, it goes away. You're still collecting your money to run the district. So take $19
$19.
and times that by 24 months.
456.
Okay, now times that by 800 users.
850 some
Just
users.
call it 800.
364,800.
Just call it 800 users.
We're gonna go 850.
Okay, so what's the total we come up with?
387, 600.
That fixes everything that you guys had on that list of paper that we got last month on all the wells.
Provided you don't spend.
Now, we also have a fund. We have to have the money to perform the work, to submit it to that fund. Is that correct, as board members?
Capital improvement?
Okay? So you take, the WIFA loan. So we start with $30,000. We do a $30,000 repair, we submit it to WIFA. We're already collecting it $19 a month from everybody. Submit it to them. They may or may not pay all of it. But if we got a $20,000 bill and they give us $10,000 back, that goes back into this fund. But we as a community need to know that that $19 a month that I'm paying is going straight to that fund,
And
not going
stays
anywhere
there.
else. We're not a
Totally
government
agree.
agency.
Totally agree.
But it's gonna stay there.
But it's nothing that you guys thought about doing. That might be easier for everybody to swallow. Because in 24 months it goes away. I'm not saying, hey, you guys aren't going to come to me in 6 months and say, we need to raise the water rate $3 a month. Big deal. We've already got all our work done. Once we get all the work done in the 24-month period because we raised the money, you turn around, you cut that off, you have everything fixed. Then we worry about the meters.
Huh?
I like it.
The district reviews and updates its fee schedule annually, so.
But annually is another year from now.
That's the problem though.
Okay, they can rescind what they voted on last month. They can rescind it.
The only option we've got right now is for them to put that on hold for the next 12 months. Because if they don't, they have to abide by it.
They can rescind what they voted on last month. They can rescind it.
Not on the rates and fees schedule.
Yes, they
Okay, I
can.
see.
No, that's issue to the county, right?
There's a duly adopted fee schedule after a public hearing, publication process. To change that, we would need to go through that whole process again.
That's
which, you know.
But again, if they change it and then you guys put it to a proposal the way I just put it to you, I don't think you'd have any problem in this room.
Or you keep it at the rate that it is for 1 year and reassess it at the next budget hearing.
Say the next year. You
Yeah.
Put the money in.
And that would accomplish the same thing.
But in the meantime, that $19 that we're all putting away, that never goes away. That's for the next, whenever I move out of this town.
Something like that. What is the process for doing that?
We would have to look into whether you want to do a tax assessment, essentially, but that would be separate from the fee schedule.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would it be also in a hearing?
And there's about 260.
Here's the thing that brings to mind for me, honestly. I am truly concerned about the condition of the district, and right now, we need the funds to start putting into the district ASAP. I am not kidding you.
I understand that.
It is imperative that we start doing some of this work yesterday.
Elaine, I
delaying
fully
anything
understand that.
when it comes to, delaying 100% of the rate increase, we can live with that. But obviously now we can't split it. Having to go through this whole process again to approve something else, the district cannot withstand that. I am totally serious.
I think if the board got together and they really thought about what I just put out there as a proposal to you people, you'd be able to get that through in less than 30 days.
But you're saying as long as the money goes into
No,
capital.
because
As long as
I
the
think-
money goes into the
how can you
special
get it
fund
through
to
in
make
less
the
than 30
fixes.
days? You
Nothing
couldn't.
else.
You could not
Stay
get it through
there.
in less than 30 days
Okay, so-
because of the requirements of posting, the budget and the hearing and all of the paperwork. You would
Well,
not be
then,
done.
and Elaine, then what you're gonna have is you're gonna have a community that's gonna fight this board until death's end.
What is the process?
So be it, that's up to
And that's
you.
not a so.
Then what? So be it.
Step down.
That's not a
See
so
what she
big.
said? So be it.
So what would the time frame actually?
She doesn't care.
If you wanted to adopt something like that, what would the actual timeline be?
So you're talking.
You have to file an amendment with the county
Yeah.
that you want to amend your financial budget that you already approved. You file that amendment, they give you the authority to do your amendment. You guys, in that time, get this written out, proposed, and then you just present that to us. We have our discussion like we did last time, except this time I think you'll have more on your side. And then you vote and you present it to the county.
Run it in the newspaper.
And let me ask you a question. Devin, you would know this. When does this proposal of $19 goes into effect on the billing for us?
Well, I think that's
what they're trying to figure out.
That's the agenda.
Okay, so you guys, as a board, can push this back
Right,
60 or 90 days.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah, that's
Wouldn't
why,
Okay.
that's why it's on there.
You could push this back, say, 6 months to put this into effect. Just listen, put it in, push it back for 6 months while you petition the county to reassess your budget that you put into effect.
We can't do 6 months without more funding.
But wait. What I'm saying is, it might not need to go to 6 months, because if you can get this pushed through in 90 days, then you could have this rate, like he's talking about.
Yes, special assessment.
Special assessment go into effect immediately. So that starts in 90 days once it's approved. So then your 6 months is null and void because you just voted to change it.
You still have the rest of the money coming in.
I think I have an idea that kind of put both of them together. What if we start this thing, and then in those 6 months that we're working on what he just said, then we can reassess what we just did and reduce that back down to where it was.
That you can't go backwards.
No.
Devin says it's 6 weeks. He can do it.
Right, but what I'm saying, right, but in those,
The bottom line here is, and I want everybody to consider this in their thinking. The district, 45 days would be a lot. 60 days would be the maximum I would want to go without seeing some money, enough money coming in to start some of these projects. I am serious. It is that.
You did a copy of that.
It-
But the next thing is the with the loan. We still have money.
Yeah, but you have to do the work first.
We have to pay for it.
We have to pay for it, and there's no guarantee they pay for it.
If the money was been wandered away, we would
And I
have the money.
actually, I'm trying to be proactive with that. I sent a resolution proposal to Morgan Burgess with WIPA to have a lone person or somebody look at it to make comments so that when I get it back, I can make sure that everything they want in this reallocation application is adequate, and praying that they will approve it, because we have got to get that other Oasis well up, and if we pay for that up front, even before they approve the reallocation, we can submit that with the reallocation payment, but we have got to get that well up and running. We are, every day we go with 3 wells is...
Just one.
I was trying to finish because I actually had 2 different ways we could do it. So there's 2 ways you could do it, right? You could delay for 6 weeks and go with what the gentleman. I don't know. Jeremy, no, Jason.
No, I'm Brian.
Brian.
I'm the one who was anonymous.
Mr. Anonymous. He came up with a good idea. So I was like, we could delay 6 weeks. Let me finish. And do that process, or start it so that we can at least have some of this money and start, plugging the holes with the money that we need. And then in those 6 weeks, we come back to it. We could talk about what it is. If it's no increase, if it's a small increase. Right now, we talked about the $19. I think that's a great idea. It comes up with money. I still want to pencil the numbers as well and go over it. I like your idea, and I think you just did the math on it, but I just want to look at it a little bit more. But I think it's a good idea, and it obviously eases a lot of tension.
Something to consider.
Right? And we all
Devin, can you say, Devin, can you say, would a special assessment go through the county?
Yeah, we need to look at that process a little bit more. Yes.
Right, the board has to approve it, and the county, it goes through the county, and the county puts it on our property
We're not going to
taxes.
vote on when we will begin the rate increase. What? Wait, no?
My opinion,
Yes.
I realize that you need the money.
Can you speak a little louder so we can hear you?
Okay, I'll try.
Thank you.
I'm very dried out here.
Or stand up?
My opinion, you need the money for that OASIS as well. You need it now. So I think you should already have the rate increase approved. All you need to do is decide on a date, tomorrow, next week, next month, and get it done. And then during that time period, the several months, whether you decide on that, yes, 6 months is adequate. You can sit down, do the math, and reassess the gentleman's idea. Mr. Anonymous was a good idea.
But the lawyer
But
just
then we
said,
have
we can't.
$19 that we're already, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Then we have $19 in a fee that we've already collected that will never go away from us. And I'm not saying don't raise the rates, because you're gonna need to raise the rates with inflation and
But can't you
business.
just reassess it and change that rate?
Not in
No.
6 months.
Or
We
the
just
Devin,
said.
no. Not for
It's
1
at
year.
least annually.
Okay.
At any point, the district can redo the public hearing process. I would estimate 6 weeks and reconsider its fee schedule.
Okay.
At least a minimum of once a year. You have to.
So I'll throw this out. Increase the rate $3 to us and give us a $19 fee
Just
for the next 24
okay.
months.
Hold on, sir. I respect what you're saying. I really do.
Go ahead.
The lawyer sat there and used a word that he keeps avoiding now. He said a special tax assessment. How long do you think it gets a tax assessment to go through? He said 6 weeks. Sorry, sir. I think you're being very optimistic.
That's for the budget and fee schedule.
I think you're being optimistic to get a tax to go round robin and get approved.
That's the piece that we need to look into. I don't know the timeline for that.
So when you're talking 6 weeks, you're only talking paperwork.
I'm talking about the budget and fee schedule adoption through the public hearing.
That's paperwork.
process.
You're not talking about the physical. Now we're shoving it down through this pipeline to get it all done. So I like your idea. I really do. It's too late.
I fully understood that. I understood that 3 meetings ago. But
Yeah,
nobody's listening.
it's too late.
The
That
speed
should have
of-
been done 6 months ago.
The speed of government is like a year.
Correct,
By the time
sir.
the funds would start coming in, right?
Yeah, I'm a retired government
Yeah.
employee. You're more in the 2 to 6 year time frame.
Oh, yeah, so it's not
Yeah,
gonna work.
so, and I'm not trying to be rude, and I'm not trying to cut people off. I'm just trying to say,
Make it
if you need money, you got to be realistic where the money is coming from, and you're too late.
We had the money. It's been squandered over to other items.
That's another story.
Right, but let's just say that happened in 10 years.
Probably.
That's why everything would be added. That's why everything would get around.
She's been trying to work for a year and a half. This problem has been there for months. He wasn't doing it. And now all of a sudden, we need money.
The same thing, because we were going
Well,
to.
you need to quit spending it.
What about the thousands of dollars she's paid the attorney that we never had before? We never had an attorney.
That's where all of our money, never.
That would pay for everything that needs to be paid. And that $6,000 check she's going to your attorney.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So, we've got some other things to discuss that overlap with the rate increase and all of the changes that would take. So, but we want to do the effective date, but with the understanding that we will do an effective date, and after it goes into effect, in a couple of months or soon, there's no time frame, we can have another, it would be a budget hearing, essentially. Right, the same process. And we were going to have to do that anyhow on the fee schedule, because the fee schedule, you don't want to know about the fee schedule and making sure that all of our metered numbers, et cetera, are correct. We were going to need to go back and look at some things we missed and change some things on the fee schedule so we could do it all at the same time. So, we're going to vote on an effective date. It does not mean that we cannot consider or will not consider the other proposal, because it is a viable idea, and we appreciate the feedback and the input, especially when it's done so.
Will we see the $19 in the capital improvement fund account though? Or
So
is it
one
going
of
to
the
go
things-
into the operating?
Buckets.
One of the things that Natalie cautioned us with is because we have been operating in the red, and we have all of these projects that have got to be started just to keep
We weren't in the red.
getting water. A percentage will go into capital improvement funds, but I'm not sure what that will look like. But yes, the whole point is in building up the capital improvement fund. But keep in mind, there's no reason capital improvement funds could not be used to do work on Maggie Mine Road to increase the pressure. So all the money will be accountable for both capital improvements and the general budget. And you also have to remember something that people haven't talked a lot about is our arsenic system. And the work that needs to be done on the arsenic system, just to get it back into an operable condition as it should be. We're still waiting to get a quote on that, but it will not be inexpensive.
So, one of the biggest themes and biggest issues within members of the community that we've been trying to address with members of the board is that we understood that our infrastructure is toast. We hear that it's toast, and we hear that we don't have enough money. So like the gentleman said over here, he said if we would have took that $19 rate increase and done it differently, we could have put all $19 of that into the fix-it fund.
Capital.
So right now, the budget that we have adopted is based on the rate increase that the board approved last week. Having seen that budget outline, we see where things are going, but what we don't see enough of is what you, as the board, have been telling us is the most important thing, is fixing things like the arsenic system, the pipes, the pumps, the this and that. So, adopting, and I get, we need money to fix this stuff.
And the move, she gave all the old furniture away and bought new furniture.
Excuse me.
Just said a minute ago that not all of this money is going to be going into the improvement fund, and we understand that. But that's part of our problem.
Okay.
Is that
I don't care.
We would rather see this money being put into the capital improvement fund so that pipes get fixed, wells get fixed. We have 4 wells, 5 wells. We have all new meters throughout the district. So why are we not putting more money from the budget into that?
You can't put, so if I'm making $1,000 a month and my living expenses are $999, am I going to put that dollar in a savings account? What? Because we don't have enough money.
Reduce your expenses.
Pardon?
Reduce your expenses. Yeah, we got to look at budget.
And that's one of the things, like, we understand that. We all run households. Matter of fact, we pay our water bills to the water company. So what I'm saying is, one of the biggest issues that we're having is there isn't enough money going toward fixing it. The board just voted on a rate increase.
Right.
On the major premise that we need to fix stuff. But what we're not seeing is enough money going to that. And that's where the big problem has been.
And that's the problem, because if you go back and you look at the RCAC report, and their report, and Alicia is going to talk about some of the things that we are doing to make sure we put projects where people can see what's being spent in the projects that are underway. That we were not the district was not making enough money to pay for all of these things that needed to be fixed. Subsequently, those things weren't getting fixed, and the ability to have the funds to make improvements was declining.
He's saying he's like, okay, say you get those $19 from us. He just wants to make sure it's going towards the stuff.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Only pay him.
Why don't we instruct staff to change it to an hour and a half?
And I think it's worth asking Natalie to see if she can put a separate line item for these extra fees.
And that would be a great idea as well.
But we're not talking about the effective date for the rate increase.
Oh, I know.
So let's figure that out, and again, instruct staff to look at
Okay. And it's a great point. And we are taking steps to make sure that everybody knows the projects that are going to be taken on and the costs.
All said, we support fixing our infrastructure. What we didn't support was certain budgetary stuff, but money that was being requested not going to what it was being requested for. We were all told the reason why we were receiving to raise the budget is because we don't have the money to fix stuff. But we're not seeing all of that money that now we're shelling out extra going to that. So
what?
Hold on.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
when that gentleman,
what?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see an agenda item for that, but again,
No,
why
it's
don't
not.
we,
So-
why don't we instruct Alicia to coordinate with Natalie.
Okay.
And I think Commissioner Lisa, and see if we can add a new account or a new line item on the report that shows where the increased fees are going.
I'm putting it into, I get that.
We're already on it. We're
I just
doing,
haven't got it put together. I spend a lot of time doing a lot of other things other than doing that.
So it'll be on a future agenda.
It
So
will be,
and that
absolutely.
goes to the rate start date, right? So
It's been that way for a
You
while.
guys are about to vote on a day that you're gonna start the new rate increase after finding out that you're not able to step it up. You're not able to start low and then add
okay,
more.
all right.
you agree?
Yeah, so and because you can't do that, we've now gotten other options for people out here in crowd that the board is actually taking into account. You guys are saying, you know, this does sound like something decent. So instead of waiting on, let's do this increase now.
A, B.
Give it 30 days. Get the information. Give it 2 weeks. Get the information that is needed to make this informed decision. And then once you're able to say, hey, this is what we're able to do. And if it's something that you guys are able to do, it's something that's feasible, then you can push it further. You can say, all right.
Okay, so
can
we
do
totally
it now.
get your point, and it's 6:20, and
I'd like to get
we
to the
have to
call
be out
to
of
the
here
public.
by 6:50 because the library
Well, that's
closes.
not gonna
We will be
happen.
having another meeting on Thursday here at 1 o'clock.
I'll be in a
We
meeting.
just have so much to do, and we want to make sure everything is in order. So right now, Melina, what is the start date you would like to see on the rate increase? Any comments on that?
Well, I didn't want to see the rates increase at all, so I don't want to see this.
But you voted yes when we were at the.
I know I did, because she didn't.
Well, she did it.
She didn't
No,
vote
she
yes
didn't.
on the rate increase.
She was one of the.
How could you say that?
September
Vote
1st.
for next year.
Well, for next year, do a budget. Redo your budget.
Yeah, I would say July 10th.
September, October.
We should just go bankrupt. The best thing we can do is go bankrupt.
We're headed there.
Yeah, no,
What
it's
do
the
you
best.
think
We
on
could
the,
take
are
best,
we
our
going to be
best
ready for the
hope.
billing?
Really? This money.
Oh, for enhance.
Right, do we want to have the rates go into effect with this current billing or system, or can we get something?
I've never seen it.
Is that why we
Okay.
haven't done our water bills?
I'm thinking,
Well, I can't.
I'm thinking September, because then we can begin to proceed with the addendum, or, I don't know, I don't want to call it an addendum, but revisiting the,
Yeah.
and I don't know what you do. Sean said that you have a background in construction or something.
Background
Not
in a
you,
lot of
him,
things.
Ed.
Construction in the government.
Pardon?
Construction and the government.
So, anytime you want to stop in the office, we need to talk about this and develop some things on.
She won't call on us because we're not on a call to the
Yes. Okay, anyhow, sorry, I got off track there. Yes.
When are we getting water bills?
Are we waiting
We're
until
gonna
after
get to
the
that
rate
on the
increase?
agenda.
Okay.
So anyhow, let's vote. I think September is good. Melina, and Vince said September. Are you good with? So I'd like to entertain a motion that we will have the effective date of the rate increases go into effect. Do I include the fee schedule in this vote?
Yeah, the fee schedule.
The fee schedule and the rate increases go into effect in the September billing cycle. And I'll entertain a motion for that.
Well, we're at about, what, 55 days now without a water bill?
Okay, all in favor, discussion? For what? To begin the rate increase on in September, the September billing cycle.
It's the rate increase to 2 weeks.
I told the food bank that they're gonna have
Any
people coming in there
discussion?
asking for help.
The September billing cycle.
Can't pay a 2-month water bill.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Alright, so 4 opposed, passes unanimously. Okay, public session item E. I didn't, this is not open question right now. I did not get any feedback. Oh, I'm so sorry.
What number are we on?
E. We have to.
7 or 2?
7.
Letter E.
Letter E.
Oh, okay. 7. Thought we still on like 2.
Again, I was in contact with WIFA, and I'm waiting for one of their people to review the resolution I submitted to make sure I covered everything adequately. Submitting an application for that might be something that Ed would do better. It requires a lot of work. So we're going to have to postpone this and move on to G, discussion and possible action regarding repairs to the Oasis North well. We have the quotes on that. It was $1,800 to have the camera down to look at what was going on down in the well. And it is how much for the repairs? $18,000?
$18,600 plus the $8,600.
And that is to go out and actually pull the motor and start cleaning the well. And I think that's important to get started on right away. So I'd like to entertain a motion to begin the, I have to wait. Vincent's not here. What? Yes.
Who does this work? Who is Fever?
KP Finishers.
Isn't he Jerry?
Who is Fever Enterprises? And
Fever Controls does controls and VFDs and other things, but they don't do the removing the motor in the well, etc.
Do they do the boosters and the maintenance repairs and all that kind of stuff?
I believe they can, yes.
So what does our operations team do? Because we paid last month $28,000 on top of the $15,000.
This is not a part of the discussion. We're not discussing what we're paying.
We're discussing making money.
We're discussing the well.
Have all these vendors submitted RFPs?
No bids?
We're discussing wells, and we're going to stay on track with the wells. It's 6:30, and we have a lot to do on these.
Is KP Ventures Jerry?
We're not done.
Is that Jerry?
Librarian, I think, says 6:30 is the time we have the room till. So, and librarian lady was just here.
How many contractors do we have doing this? Just one contractor?
Alicia?
I am requesting 3
No, we're waiting
estimates
on
from 3 different
Elaine, can you explain,
I want to
please?
know.
You're interrupting.
This is going to be helpful to people
You're
that are,
interrupting.
I'm sorry, the people are wondering about the water bill. They're thinking they're not going to get water bills for 3 months.
Not true.
Not true,
Alicia?
right?
And then they can pay doubles.
Alicia, were you explaining it? Okay, I'm sorry, just kind of getting it from here and there.
We're still going to get a bill every month, right? And
And you should get it probably this coming week.
Okay.
Coming week. And I have moved the date out for the due date on it. There were some internal things that the water management company, our operative record, wanted to do, and to see what's going on with some of the accounts. And we came out with pretty much the same amount of number of things that we have to change. Nothing that affects most of you, and probably none of you. But we want to make sure that this is just do it and get it done, because it can be time consuming and quite the hassle to get them done. Too many different kinds of meters.
Okay.
No, it's been raising a couple
That's
more
it.
weeks.
No. Couple days. We're supposed to get it.
So what this gentleman said earlier is,
About what?
is been reiterated in previous meetings. So, is it within the board's capacity and decision process right now
I
to
have records. I know exactly.
come up
when they
with
read
a
my meter and
timeline
everything.
to improve the reporting process so that we know that the monies that are going in from our
Helen, I appreciate
haven't
this. We
finished.
have to vote on the well.
I haven't finished.
Vote on it.
You chose to recognize me, please let me finish.
This is off topic, though. This does not have to be allowed.
So you said this was a good idea. Maybe, possibly, we should have. We've echoed this before. Can the board just say, all right, we're going to increase the rates by September 1? Can by December 1st we have a better report out, fiscal report out that tells us where these monies are going, how the monies that are being collected, where they are going and how they are being expended and how they are being logged and whatever you want to call them, buckets or accounts.
Okay, are you done with that question?
I'm asking if the board will make a commitment
We're not
to do
going to
that.
comment on that. We're at the part right now of we have to
I'm out of
vote on that. Yes.
We're working on that right
We're
now.
already working on that.
Look at page 2. Okay.
But it's 6:30, we have other items to cover, and we can't get stuck on any one thing too long.
Yeah.
So, we voted for the rate increase to take place, and we're done. So now we're looking at, regarding repairs to the North Oasis well. And I have to make sure this is very clear. The operator of record for the WIFA loan for the well was KP Ventures. And in order to keep things on track without having to do this Davis Bacon dance and things that take forever and a day, KP Ventures is going to remain the contractor of record for all of the WIFA reallocation funds on the well site. That's continuity, and it's just for the sake of you don't want, it's very complicated.
And that's not
to
Jerry.
the Davis Bacon thing. So
So that's off record.
Were you gonna make any motions on those, or?
we can't, because I'm waiting for WIFA to get the resolution back. So remember, you said we would, so I had WIFA look at it.
Okay.
But they've not responded. Okay, so I'd like to entertain a motion to begin work on the Oasis North well and approve both of those invoices for the, I did, it was, one was for $8,865.42.
I'll second.
Oh, I'm sorry, wait, no, this is the wrong one. Make a motion to approve the estimate 14993 for $18,608.42. And there was another invoice for $1,800 that involved the camera. This is for the meter, and so that's not a part of the work we're going to do.
I thought this was part
Well,
of
it should be, huh? Okay, so if they're going to take the well apart at the meter. So I'm not going to give the quote on adding the meter, because this quote would have been for adding the meter had they not already been working on it when we had this done to the other well at this time. They didn't really charge us for installation, it's just the cost of the meter, so we need to see. What? So there were 3 invoices, one for there's going to be 3 invoices, one for the camera assessment, one for the repairs, and one for the Metron well meter. Yeah, I got this.
We have to go with KP Venture anyway, so we'll have to go with it.
What is your,
I don't know what
I think you're saying the price might change because they're already taking it apart, so the 8,800 might not be the full.
exactly, because they're taking the well apart, we're paying for that, the 18,000.
Up to,
Yes.
Correct.
when you're doing this, you say up to this amount, dollar amount, and then you can move forward.
You got that point, that's what I was trying to do. Absolutely.
Okay.
I was just gonna say, why don't we just say this? Yeah.
Okay.
I second that.
Any discussion on the Oasis well repair?
Oh, he's smart.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Paulina? Passes unanimously.
I have the motion.
Okay, next is H, discussion and possible action regarding retaining Squire and Company PC to conduct the district's financial reviews. 2 RFPs went out looking for qualified organization to do financial reviews, and as Natalie stated in previous meetings, we do not have to have an audit, and audits run about $10,000 per. All that we're required to have is a financial review. So Squire and Company, and I believe it was, it's in the board folders. Yeah. They will do a financial review, and we have to start back to year 22-23, because that was never completed by office. And then,
Is that true?
24, 25 in the current year. So that will be 3.
2024, she stopped it. She would turn
pardon?
Sarah had it ready. And put it
No, 3. We have 3 audits, or not audits, financial reviews. And it could cost up to $8,000 each, but it may not. So that's a savings of $6,000 right there on the annual financial reviews, which is significant. And it would take them about 3 or 4 weeks. The first one will take the longest to do, and then the other 2 will be much shorter. So we're going to vote on moving forward with Squire to do the financial reviews for an amount not to exceed $24,000. That's 3. He gets $30,000 for
right, but it's covering her travel. It's not having who has it with her. Yeah, she doesn't. Are you?
Again, I have free services. I will read audits after the day audit.
After sending out numerous requests to different accounting organizations. We got one, and Squire is incredibly competitive in what I heard, my understanding from other rates, and they focus on special districts. So they checked all the boxes.
Right.
But they're in Utah, aren't they?
Is it required by the county?
It's required by statute.
So,
They can do business sheet for every receipt.
okay.
How come it was so hard way back when to get that special bill that everybody should have to have an audit? Why are you now not wanting an audit and just wanting an audit?
Family.
You made a big effort.
Yes, I did. I did.
So why?
And
For the
getting House
last
Bill
board.
2160 passed, the special district was a huge accomplishment, and it started here, and that was great. Black Canyon City did not have their policies and procedures anywhere I could find where it indicated they were required or would conduct an audit. It was a statement made that that's what they did, but it was not a requirement. Consequently, the district, and because of our income, what is the other?
Your budget is under $1 million.
And because our budget is,
Whoopsie, you know.
I think the top one was 872 for revenues.
Elaine, I think our policies and procedures do say an audit. I know.
I disagree with you on that, Irene.
I think, I actually remember that, I thought the board modified that by motion.
Yeah.
Well, shouldn't it have been rewritten then?
It should have, but again, if the board voted on changing the policy, that does control. Even if it hasn't been.
I haven't seen it in the minutes, Devin.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in the minutes either.
So, for the sake, what is it what comment did you want to make?
What's the audit instead of the review?
We are not required to have an audit. A financial review is totally appropriate. It is the same as an audit. They just don't dive quite as deep. And if we go back and look at meeting minutes, and if the meeting videos are there, Natalie explained that in depth, the difference between an audit and a financial review, and the board voted on it, and we decided on, I'm not sure what they.
I believe the discussion was, again, the statute doesn't require it.
The statute does not require
You
that.
just said it would cost $24,000 to do the financial review and $10,000 for an audit?
3 years of financial.
3 years.
So she's saying up to $8,000.
Why do we need to do 3 years?
Because we never were done.
We're behind.
She wouldn't turn them
Behind, but there's no rule that says we have to do it.
Yes,
No, there's a statute that said we have to do a review. They weren't.
Just a review.
But they weren't done, so we have to do it because we have to catch up with
As soon
the
as she can.
So it was done in 2023, 24.
No, it was not.
In 23 it was. Sarah had done it before she left,
No, it
and
was
then
not.
you denied it being done after that. But Sarah did it all 25 years. She made sure it was done every
It's in the
year.
minutes. 24, 25, 26.
All of Sarah's.
No, what I'm saying is we're doing 3 years. 24,
Okay.
25, 26.
She didn't turn mine in, but it was there. She didn't do SCA the year before, but Sarah had it ready. And I had it ready, and she said, no, I'm not sending it in. So that was a choice that you made, and then you guys changed the law. We don't need it anymore. But why when we've had it for 25 years?
You mean the policy?
We're not, that,
The audit.
again, is,
Policy.
we need
well,
to
it doesn't
vote on,
matter.
if a question comes about that, we'll address it at another meeting, but we cannot go down rabbit holes every time somebody
Right,
has
I
a
was
question.
just saying the
Because we
truth.
have
I was
business to
just
take care of.
giving-
Lisa, or I'm sorry, please.
And now she's.
So,
She brings up the
I
old
would like to
all the
entertain a
time.
motion.
She's got us behind. Yeah.
We have to have these financial reviews done. I would like to entertain a motion to approve the $24,000, not to exceed $24,000, 15 years worth of financial reviews as described in the proposal. Who's making the motion? Second? Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Melina? Nay. Three ayes, one nay. And that's just a very important step to take. Meter readings on 7I, meter readings for the next two billing periods. As Alicia mentioned, they're working on it now. They're trying to work out the issues on enhanced so the bills will go out with a good reading. So we don't have time to go into the executive session.
Do you have time for call to
You have
public?
5 minutes in this library.
Call to public?
Librarian have to start.
So we're going to have to put that on for Thursday.
The executive session?
Yeah. So there will be a meeting here. Vince, are you good at 1 o'clock Thursday?
Don't let me know.
Keep trying.
1 o'clock Thursday? 1 o'clock Thursday?
Congratulations. It'll be good.
Where's it at? Where is it? Okay. Yes?
Are we on call to public?
I guess we need to
Okay,
close out here.
quick questions. Okay, the check scanner that you guys purchased for $965, was there no other options? I bought one myself for $300. Why so expensive? That's one question. The bank errors, propertyrecord.com, there was twice. 2 bank errors, fraudulent purchase right here. Where's the refund?
It's there. It's reported.
No, it's
and the
not.
bank has it. Well, I don't know what you're talking about on that, but it was reported.
And I have the documentation on that, Debbie, on my desk. I actually responded.
But what was propertyrecord.com?
Remember, we can't discuss it.
Yeah.
We can't discuss it. It's not on the agenda, period.
It's called to public.
So we will look into it.
Right, I know you say you'll look into it, but last month, I had several questions that somebody was gonna look into,
Yep.
and it's not on the agenda.
If you see number 9, all the items requested by you guys at the hearing, that's going to be on future agendas. You can see that right
Yeah.
here.
We have it, and we have a tracker addressing each one of them. We just
I do have another question.
Oh my God.
Where did you drive for $390 some?
That's all that's, oh, nope, that's not on the agenda. Cannot be discussed.
I'd rather
You know
have
what?
$392 go to our arsenic fund, and no offense to the attorney, but also his $100,000 into our safety of our water into that arsenic fund.
Yeah.
But you obviously don't care about our health and safety, because that is a huge concern.
Yeah. What about the CCR
Yeah,
report
huge
that we're
concern.
right now?
Yeah,
Violation,
yep, all that.
non-compliant.
Did you have something?
Yeah, I
CCR
want to request
report,
a document,
non-compliant.
and I brought this so that we'll give it to Sean so that you guys can discuss it, and if you could, I'm requesting insurance certs. If you could, if they approve it, if you could do them.
It's public record.
Yeah.
And that's the number one job.
Here I have good shit.
Just say your car.
Who cares about it?
I want it sent to me. I don't want it in my name. I just want a copy of your insurance certs that you have for
Yeah.
For the office?
Yes, for the
Water quality report.
I thought you meant gender.
the district insurance. Yes.
You know that the water wasn't.
for the district.
So we've not received the water quality, this is your already done.
You what?
We have not received what is normally published annually or sent to our mailboxes, the water quality report.
That's
Are we in compliance?
Right. Safeguarding
To my knowledge,
your
yes,
water.
we absolutely are.
Why haven't we republished the report?
Paul,
They haven't
what?
been done.
We'll have to answer that. This is not on the agenda, but
The attorney would
It's
answer
in
it
your
for
operating
mine.
procedures to publish it annually.
excuse me.
Ask the attorney.
We agree that that is not in dispute. Nobody's trying to dispute that. What we're saying is this is not on the agenda for discussion, but it is
And it
being
should be.
addressed, and we will have an answer. Is this something different?
No, this is something different, yes. According to the policies and procedures that Devin has mentioned and that you guys have mentioned, in the policies and procedures under the budget hearing, there are to be 4 members of the community, 2 board members and 1 other member. Who were the 4 members
Of the community.
of the community?
I'm not aware of that policy, but happy to look.
Oh, it's number 11. You can look on the website and find it.
I believe they were doing it in
Oh, budget
for a
committee?
number of years. And
The
in
budget
fact,
committee.
Put her off. Put her off. Yeah, no, she blew on the budget committee. We got too many other crap going on.
So we'll look into it.
So
But
the
that
budget,
is
there
not-
was no budget committee?
That is not on the agenda.
Nothing that we are talking about is on the
And it never
agenda.
will be.
Sorry,
That's
it's
what
not on the
public
agenda.
call is for, to tell us about stuff you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the agenda next month, I'm gonna see the 4 people that are listed that
Nope.
was in the budget committee,
It,
and when that
That's not
happened.
going
make
to
it'll get
comments,
added
though.
to, so we
You
have
can
a
make
running,
comments.
we have like a running, stuff, like a, it's, what do you call it, your word? Show what you got.
That never gets on the
Added,
agenda.
they like get prioritized, so we're making sure we get things in there, but we can't push everything into one meeting, so we're trying to get as much as possible. But before, you guys remember, we put so much on one agenda and it'd never get done, so we're trying to slice it up a little bit easier, more digestible, so that we can actually get it.
We'll quit changing.
We could have a meeting every day.
It would be a wise decision to educate yourself a little bit on the financials. That's the second time I've said that now.
Okay, great. Thank
Yeah.
you for that advice.
She's not
Be sure
listening,
to,
but thanks for the
I know,
advice.
she's rolling her eyes.
So it is 18:50, and we are going to have to move the executive session until Thursday's meeting at 1 o'clock.
1950. 1850.
I believe we got through everything that was on the agenda for today. So the meeting is adjourned at 18:50.
It's not accurate. $0.
This is from members of the community.
Oh, great. Is it like Dave Rock or something?
It's a book.
This is what I'm starting to do.
This might help.
Every night.
Oh, I have it. Thank you.
I know exactly.
You know what?